So friends, let's see today's delicious Goan chana usal. Now here I've taken half a cup of Kabuli chana boiled. I'll leave the instructions in the description box and the comment section as to how to get them to the perfect consistency. We want them to be really well cooked. Now let's look at the other ingredients. Here I have half a cup of freshly grated coconut. We're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of asafoetida and half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, some salt to taste. This is 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds or dhania. Here I have 1 inch of cinnamon, 8 peppercorns and 4 cloves. A few curry leaves, about 3 or 4 dried red chilies, 2 teaspoons of jaggery and 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Now first I'm going to dry roast the spices, that is the red chilies, the cinnamon, the cloves, the pepper, the coriander seeds and the jeera or the cumin seeds. We're going to roast them for a whole 1 minute on a low to medium flame till you get the lovely aroma of all these spices. Once they're at room temperature, I'm going to transfer them to my mixer jar, add the coconut and also 1/4 cup of water. And we're going to grind this to a very smooth paste, and we are also going to retain the masala water. Now I'm going to heat a pan and I'm just going to add about 1 teaspoon of oil. Spread the oil around. Now once the oil is nice and hot, we're going to add the mustard seeds. Let the mustard seeds splutter. Once they begin to splutter, we're going to add the curry leaves. Next, we're going to add the hing or asafoetida as well as the turmeric powder. Give this all a good mix. And then we're going to add our cooked Kabuli chana. Let me tell you quickly how I cook them to the Kabuli chana. So first I soak the Kabuli chana, wash it really well under water thrice, soak it. Okay, now we're going to add the ground masala. I will tell you how to make the Kabuli chana as we go along in the recipe, and I'll leave it in the comment section. So after you have washed it well, soak it for a good 7 to 8 hours, and after that cook it in your pressure pan for 1 whistle on high. Now we're adding the masala water, 1 whistle on high and then simmer it for 15 minutes. So in total I've now added about 3/4 cup of water. Don't worry, I'll leave the instructions in the description box below as to how to cook the Kabuli chana. Now I'm adding the jaggery or the gourd or the gur and I'm adding salt to taste. And once you pressure cook it, let the pressure pan cool completely. And then you just take one of the Kabuli chanas and press it between your 2 fingers, the forefinger and the thumb, and it should be really nice and soft. It should immediately crush. So now mix everything really well. And now we just have to cover this and cook it on a low to medium heat for about 7 to 8 minutes till everything comes together. And now our lovely usal is ready. My kitchen has a beautiful aroma of this and I can't wait to dig in, and I'm just going to garnish it with some fresh coriander leaves. And our beautiful Goan chana usal is all ready. I like to have this with some hot rice or some pao. So let's make this delicious Goan drumstick dal. I washed and wiped dry 2 thick drumsticks or shenga, and I'm just going to use a peeler and take off the outer peel of the drumstick. Now I'm going to just cut off the edges, or the ends, and I'm going to cut them into about 2-inch size pieces. Now in the middle, if you do get some kind of peel coming off, take off that peel. And then this way I'll just cut up everything. And also I'm going to be using cooked tur dal, so watch the video till the end because I'll show you how to cook your tur dal perfectly. Here is our drumsticks all ready for the recipe. So now I've heated up a pan and I'm going to add just half a tablespoon of oil. This does not require lots of oil. Spread the oil in the pan. Once the oil is hot, we're going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, also called mori or rye. Then add a few fresh curry leaves, depending on how much you like curry leaves. I love curry leaves in any of my dals. Then mix everything really well together. Then we're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Next, we're going to add half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi, and mix everything well together. Now I'm going to add the drumsticks that we prepped or prepared. Mix it well with the bagar or the fodni. Let it get nicely coated with all of the spices that we've added to the fodni or the bagar. And now I'm just going to add half a cup of water, and we're going to cook this, covering it for about 10 to 15 minutes on a low to medium flame because we want the drumsticks to get nicely cooked. Now once our drumsticks are cooked, you can see that the flesh of or the pulp of the drumstick rather has turned to white. That means it is cooked. And now again, once we add the dal, it will still continue cooking, but we want to cook it basically with water. So once our drumsticks are nice and cooked, we're going to add this cooked tur dal. Now generally tur dal goes well with this recipe, but if you're used to using masoor dal, you can also add that. Mix everything really well together. Now you can add some more water if you require. If you want your dal to be thinner, you add water. If you want it a thicker consistency, then don't add the water. I'm just using the dal water. Now we're going to flavor it with some salt to taste. I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of jaggery or jaggery or gur. You can also substitute with sugar. And I'm going to add a little bit of kokum or amsula or sola. You can also add a little bit of tamarind juice. Then we're going to add half a teaspoon of red chili powder. You can adjust this according to your taste. If you want it more spicy, you add more. If you want it less spicy, add less. And then 2 to 3 teaspoons of this goda or kala masala. Now this is homemade. I leave a recipe for it, a link of my recipe rather. It's very simple. You can make a big batch of this and store it and use it for any kind of dal. It just takes the dal to a different level. Now this is optional, but I'm adding just about a tablespoon of grated coconut. This is completely optional. Mix everything well together. And now let this start to boil on a low to medium heat. Mix everything again. And then just cover and cook this on a low to medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes till everything comes together really, really well. And now our lovely, delicious drumstick dal is all ready. I love to have this with some steamed rice and some lovely vegetable at the side. It's super delicious. And, it's very healthy too. So incorporate a lot of vegetables in your diet. It's really, really good. And now I'm just going to let you just take you through how I cook my tur dal perfectly. So here I've taken 3/4 of a cup of tur dal. I've washed it well under water. You need to wash it well. And then I'm just going to keep it aside for about, in 3 cups of water for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then I'm just going to put it into my pressure cooker. I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric powder and a little bit of hing. This is optional. You don't need to add it at this stage, but I like to add it for that lovely color. And asafoetida helps in digestion as well. And then I'm going to add just a little salt. You can skip the salt at this stage. This is just how I basically cook my dal. And then I'm just going to pressure cook it in my pressure pan for 1 whistle on high and then simmer it for 10 minutes. And then let it cool down in the pressure pan or in the cooker completely till the cooker cools down completely. And then after you take it out from the cooker, just take a whisk, or we have a wooden whisk at home which is called ravi. We just whisk it very well so that you get a very smooth consistency of the dal, and that's how you use your tur dal for this recipe. today let's see how to make this beautiful Goan Pattar Bhaji, and I'm also going to show you how to make whole wheat puris. So now I'm going to show you how I chop up the potatoes. I leave instructions of how to boil the potato so that it doesn't become too mushy. And then we're going to cut them up into even sized cubes like this, not too large and not too little. So I've just cut the potato, I've boiled it, peeled it, and then cut it up into half. And then I'm going to cut the top part like this, then again like this, and then now you can do this on the chopping board. I'm just showing it to you for the video. Especially if you're a beginner, then don't try this on your hand, try it on the chopping board. And then just separate the cubes. Now what I do is I wash the potatoes and then I put them into my pressure pan with some water in it, and about say 2 to 3 cups of water if you're boiling 4 medium-sized potatoes. And then I just put it on a high for 1 whistle. And once the whistle comes, I'm going to put the gas on low and then cook it exactly for 5 minutes, not longer. Then once the cooker or the pressure pan cools down, just take out the potatoes immediately. Don't let them lie in the in the pan for very long, then they become soggy. So this is how you get really firm boiled potatoes which are actually cooked and not raw, but they're not over boiled and they're not mushy. That's how we want the potatoes for this pattar bhaji. So I've used about 4 medium-sized potatoes. So I thought I'd just show you how to chop the potatoes so that you get nice even size cubes. So even your dish looks really nice, and the cubes are all nice and even. And now I'll just take you through all the rest of the ingredients. There are not many ingredients, the ingredients that we generally have in our kitchen. So these are the the 4 medium-sized boiled, peeled and cubed potatoes. I'm going to use 1 medium onion that I've just chopped fine, 4 cloves of garlic chopped fine, 2 light green chilies chopped fine, a few curry leaves, about 7 to 8 curry leaves. Try to use fresh curry leaves. Half a cup of fresh coriander leaves, just for garnish. 1 tablespoon of udid or urid dal. Now this is my masala tin that I use, or my masala dabba that has all my ingredients. But we are going to be using half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hinga, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi, and half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mori or rye. We're also going to use half a cup of water and some salt to taste and some oil for cooking. So let's start with today's lovely Goan Pattar Bhaji. So I'm going to take a wide pan like this. I'm going to heat the pan up. Once the pan is heated, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil. Now once the oil is hot on a low to medium flame, we're going to add our mustard seeds. Now once our mustard seeds begin to pop like this, we're going to add our cumin seeds or jeera. Let the jeera get fried too a little. Then we're going to add the urid dal. Next goes in the asafoetida or the hinga. Next I'm going to add the chopped up green chilies. Now we're going to fry the green chilies really well. Now I generally use these light green chilies because they are spicy but not extremely spicy. You can use the dark green chilies also. I just try to use 1 then because those are really spicy. Then I'm going to add the curry leaves. Now you can keep the curry leaves whole, or if you like you can even chop them up and add them. I do that for some of the dishes. But here I'm keeping them whole. And now fry all of this bagar nicely. On a low, very low flame. Next, I'm going to add the chopped up garlic, and we're going to fry the garlic too till the rawness of the garlic goes away. So I've taken about 4 cloves of garlic, peeled them, and just chopped them fine. Now they say if you really fry your bagar very well, even the dish, the shelf life of the dish is also longer, and plus the taste is also delicious. Now we're going to add the chopped up onion, and we're going to fry the onion till it's translucent. So as you see in most of our Indian dishes, the bagar is very important. So you need to really fry all of the ingredients really well. Of course, on a low to medium heat. Never cook on a very high heat because then everything gets burnt and then it will not taste nice. Now I'm going to add this turmeric powder because it gives this patal bhaji such a beautiful look and a beautiful color. I mean, our food has to look nice so that it's, we feel like having it and it should look really nice and appetizing. Now I'm going to add up potatoes. So for the thing for this is that you don't need to have overcooked potatoes. You need to have just the right, the firm potatoes, but they should be cooked. They should not be raw. So that's why I always pressure cook them for 1 whistle on high and 5 minutes on low, and immediately put the pressure pan off. And the minute the pressure pan is, cooled down, I just take the potatoes out and then let them cool and then use them for the dish. Now we're going to flavor this with some salt to taste. And I like to add a pinch of sugar, but that is completely optional. So if you would like to, you can also add a little bit of pinch of sugar. It just, elevates the dish, the flavor of the dish. And now mix everything very gently. Ensure that you don't break the potatoes up. So mix everything really well. And in today's video, I'm also going to show you how I make my whole wheat puris. It's super simple, guys. And this patal bhaji goes really well with the, puris. So now I'm just going to add half a cup of water, or just enough water that it covers up the potatoes. So you might have to use a little bit more, a little bit less. It just has to cover, cover up the potatoes a little bit, about an inch higher than the potatoes. And now we're going to put the flame on high and we are going to let the water come to a boil. The minute the water starts to boil, we're going to lower the flame. And then we're going to cover and cook this for about 8 minutes on a very low heat. Oh, the aroma of this dish is really so beautiful and tempting. I just can't wait to fry the puris and just dig into this lovely dish. So now our potatoes are all ready. The patal bhaji is all done. All we need to do is add some kothimbeer or some coriander leaves for garnish. And just cook it for about half a minute after you add the coriander, and then turn off the heat and your lovely patal bhaji is all ready. And I'm going to show you how I make these puris. So I've just taken about 2 cups of whole wheat flour, added a pinch of salt and some water, and made a dough like this, which is very stiff. It shouldn't be like a chapati dough or a roti dough. It should be really stiff. And then I've kept some oil for heating. Then you got to just rub, grease your hands with a little bit of oil, and then just make small balls like this out of the dough, even sized balls, and then press them down. So ensure that your hands are nice and greased with some oil so that they don't dry up. Now our oil is heating on a low to medium heat. And now once I've rolled out, I'm just going to fry a few just to show you all on for the video. And then I'm just going to roll them out. Not too much or not too less. I mean, we don't want them very thin. They should be a little bit thick, about half an inch of thickness. And ensure that your oil is also very nice and hot. And then just put them into the hot oil. And then just press them down like this so they start to puff up. And once they puff up, just turn them over so that they get evenly fried on both sides till they're nice and golden brown in color. So you don't need to add anything. It's just plain whole wheat flour with a pinch of salt. You can even skip the salt if you don't want to have too much of salt. And just add a little water at a time and make it into a very firm dough. And then just drain all the excess oil of the puris onto a kitchen napkin once they're nice and fried. So today we had this Pattar Bhaji with puris and we had some amras at hand. So we had that too. So it was a real treat. So do try out this recipe of Pattar Bhaji and puris and do let me know in the comments section below how you liked it. I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you soon. And welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's recipe is a very healthy recipe, something which you can give your kids, your family members for breakfast, for a snack or even for a light meal. This is the Goan wheat and jaggery bhakri. So it doesn't have any sugar, it doesn't have any oil, there is no deep frying. It's super delicious and super tasty. So let's jump straight ahead into the recipe and meet me at the end of the video for a few tips about the recipe.
So wasn't that a real simple recipe? Now a few tips to keep in mind is that soak the jaggery for a good amount of time in the hot water for about at least 30 minutes, because then it will dissolve and then the water also comes to room temperature. So if there are any particles like you saw me doing, I just crush them with my fingers. You want a very clear kind of a liquid. Also use fresh coconut. So that the coconut is not frozen or it's not stale. It should be nice and freshly grated. About a day or two maximum. Don't use very stale coconut. Also we are going to be using whole wheat flour, which is very healthy, which we use for our chapatis every day and rotis every day. Now the consistency, like you saw, it has to be a very thick consistency. It shouldn't be runny and it shouldn't be a dough consistency. So it should be like when you make, I guess, Goan. If you all know what is Goan, it has to be of that consistency. Therein, you can just pick it up and press it, put it down on your pan, and then take a little bit of water and just press it down. Now if you're a new beginner and you want to make this and you're scared of putting your hand onto the flame, the easiest thing you can do is you can take some butter paper or some grease paper, wet that a little bit, and then with your hand just thapofy it on top. So you take a big piece of butter paper, press it down on that thavan, and then press it with your hands. That way your hands won't come in touch with the paper directly. The thing is that I'm using pure ghee or clarified ghee. Don't use oil, because then the entire taste of this recipe will get totally changed. So use ghee. Ghee is easily available in stores, and put a little bit of ghee, not too much, because then when you're pressing down the water it does splatter, so just be careful a little bit. And then just put a little bit of ghee on the top, and you can have this as all by itself actually with a cup of tea, or you can have it with some pickle or whatever. So if you like today's recipe, then don't forget to hit the big like button, the thumbs up icon that you see below the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have loads and loads of Goan recipes. I have a playlist of Goan recipes, sweets, savory. So go to my homepage, there's something called playlist. Just go and type Goan and you'll get all the Goan recipes. Or even if you type Akshata's recipes with an apostrophe S, Goan recipes, you'll get all my Goan recipes. I have so many recipes, all traditional recipes. So you can go and check all of them out, and I'll leave all the recipes down in the description box and the comment section. Just click on the link, it will take you directly to the recipe. So having said all of that, thank you so much for watching today's recipe, and do give it a try, guys. Don't be afraid. Give it a try. If you're very young and you're scared, then ask your mom or any elder person to help you out. But give this a try. It's really nice. It's even a healthy tiffin item to give kids once they start back with school. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and look out for many more recipes coming up. I have loads and loads of recipes coming up, and take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay fit, be loving and kind to one another, and I'll catch you soon in my next video. This is Akshata signing off. Bye.
Be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So as you've read the title of the recipe, today we're going to be making this authentic crab curry, Goan crab curry, with this beautiful paste made of coconut and other spices, and the end result is this lip-smacking delicious curry. And do watch the video till the end, because I'm going to show you how I plate my fish thali at home. So I've got a lot of ingredients which I've been making, and I will link all those recipes down below, because if I make a very long video with each and every recipe, it will be really very long. So the thali today will be having this beautiful crab curry. It's also going to have some lovely Goan sorak. It's going to have some surmai fry or kingfish masala fry. It's going to have some lovely prawns fry, some mango pickle, and a little bit of salad at the side. So you can see how I plate it. I normally have it with bhakris, but today I put some chapatis and some rice, and the end result was a lovely, fabulous meal. So guys, without much further ado, let's jump into today's recipe and do watch the video till the end. I'll catch you.
So here is the crab. It's all washed under running water, cleaned really well. And the fisher only told me that, everything is clean. All I need to do is just go and wash it under running water. This is the fish roe. She said not to take it out, but to keep it. It is really tasty. If you don't like a crab roe or fish roe, you can, wash that off too. It's very simple. It comes off under running water. So in this way, clean the crab really, really well. Even that is fish roe. That's what the fisher lady told me. So now that our crab is clean, let's head on with the rest of the ingredients, that is making the masala, which is the most important part of this recipe. So here I have 1 cup of fresh grated coconut. This is about 6 to 7 dried red chilies, about 8 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 inch of cinnamon, 10 peppercorns, about 5 cloves, and a small ball of tamarind. So now we're just going to put all of these ingredients into a large mixer jar. We're going to add about half a cup of water, or if you need more, you can add about a cup of water, and grind this to a very fine paste. So I've transferred my paste to a bowl, and I've again rinsed the mixer jar with some good water and retain that water. We'll also require 1 large onion chopped fine. I've taken 1 large green chili, cut off the tips, and just slit the chili like this. And then we require about 10 to 12 fresh curry leaves. So now I'm going to heat about a tablespoon of oil in a pan or a pot. Once it's hot enough, I'm going to add the curry leaves and the chili and just fry it very well. Basically, you're flavoring the oil. Now I'm going to add the onion and fry the onion till it's nice and translucent. Now we're going to add the masala paste and fry the paste for at least a whole minute. Now we're going to add the crabs directly into the masala and coat the crabs well with this masala paste. That's very important that you get into all of the crab with this lovely masala. Now I'm going to add the masala water, and I'm going to add 1 more cup of water because the crab has to get cooked with all of this liquid and water and masala. Now mix everything really well together. And now all we have to do is add a little bit of salt to taste. Now this curry does require a little extra salt than we generally do use. But first you add a little, and then if you require some more, add some more. Mix everything well again. And now let this mixture come to a gentle boil. The minute it starts to come to a boil, just simmer it or put the gas on very, very slow. Cover and cook it for a good 25 minutes on a very low flame. And after that, you'll see that everything has come together. There's a lovely aroma in the kitchen. Turn off the heat. And if you look closely, you will see that the flesh of the crabs have turned into a thick white color. They were first, transparent and a very light white. Now it's become a nice thick white color, almost like chicken flesh or pomfret. And now it's ready, guys. All you need to do is just serve it. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I, plated up my fish thali for me and my family. So in the comments box below, I would love to know how many of you are fish lovers and what are your favorite fish. In my home, it's mostly kingfish or surmai and prawns. We love prawns. And this is how you eat crab. For those of you who don't know, you just break it. It's very easy to break because it's cooked so well. And then using a fork or a spoon, you just take out this white flesh from everywhere. So you can do this first before you start eating. You can just, take off all of the white flesh. It looks like cooked chicken. And it has a very sweet taste. That's why we added this little bit of a spicy masala to balance it. And that's how you eat it. And now let me show you how I plate up my fish thali. So here I have a piece of surmai. Here I have some rava fried prawns. Next I have my crab curry which we made just now. Then I like to have some sorak. I love sorak, and this is like 2 days old, so it tastes amazing. Then some lovely cooked rice, normal cooked rice. Then I'm going to have 2 chapatis or puris, a little bit of mango pickle, and some tomatoes. Now the recipes for all of these, and of course a lovely banana. So the recipe of all these things which are on my plate, I will link them all below in the comment section as well as the description box below. So you won't miss out on any of these lovely recipes if you want to make a thali like this for yourself and your family.
So guys, wasn't that a real easy recipe? So guys, don't be afraid to try out new things, A few tips I can give you for beginners. So basically when you go to buy the crab, the fisher lady will tell you exactly what is fresh. Tell her I'm a new beginner, I've never made crab before. Can you help me by cleaning it for me and giving me really good ones? And they are very sweet. They always oblige. So, they'll remove all the insides and everything. All you need to do is just bring it home and clean it really well under running water. And then, proceed with the recipe. And also I've shown you at the end of the recipe how to eat crab for those of you who don't know. So you just break it open and it has this beautiful white flesh inside, which has been infused with these lovely spices and the paste, and you cook it on a simmer for about 30-35 minutes till everything comes together and you can really enjoy this lovely white meat of crab. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed my plating of my fish thali, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I need those thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to Akshata's Recipes, spread my, share my recipes with family and friends, and keep watching Akshata's Recipes. Write to me. And on that note, I'll end this video. Lots of love from me, and stay healthy, stay fit, and be loving and kind to one another. And I'll catch you soon. Bye.